Welcome back, dear viewers. And on the 30th of June anniversary, we're glad to be joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former assistant to the Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon. How are you?
How are you, sir? Sir, Egypt before June 30th revolution and after June 30th revolution, how do you assess the achievements that were taken, the steps taken to reach the current achievements during the past 5 years, sir?
Many things to be realized here. First, our internal security. We were not able to walk in the streets without being threatened in our own Cairo, in our own country. And thank God that the revolution settled the matter, and now we are all one hand, one flag, and one country. We did that with a lot of effort. Then we started to elect a president, elect a parliament, and to write a constitution. Then we started to be aware about what's going around us, whether in Africa, in the Arab world, with Europe, with the superpowers, and so on. And thank God that by history, Egypt is a very acceptable place all over the world. And the sign of this, if you look around you in Cairo, that Cairo is the most populated city of the world with foreign missions. And not only the number of foreign missions, but the quality of foreign missions. If you look to the Saudi embassy or the American embassy or the Emirates, you will find that huge buildings are there, thousands of diplomats and employees there. It means that they appreciate the relation with Egypt. So we started to prove that our foreign relations come back to a very good situation.
Right.
We can find this with the visits of our president from the Far East in Tokyo, the Far West in Paris, to the North in New York, to the South in many African countries, within the Arab fold, being the chairman of the African Union, representing the African continent in the Security Council for 2 years, establishing new free trade area combined of the whole African countries, the new relations with Iraq and Jordan last week. Name it, we have now the most important weapon of our foreign policy, which is the presidential policy, and we start to gain this on other fields. In our economy, now we took the courageous decision to adopt an economic reform with the help of all our friends and all the international institutions. They support Egypt by giving the good advice. They support Egypt by $12 billion soft loan, which will be repaid in 30 years. They give us also a sort of support by declaration every now and then about the good performance we are doing.
Right.
Even when the epidemic of corona attacked the whole world, Egypt, thank God, is one country which have faced this disease, whether as disease from the medical point of view or as the economic impact on the whole world, which is a very severe attack of the economic dimension. But Egypt is one of rare countries which will continue growing positively, contrary to what is going in many countries where the growth will be negative. You name it, many things we are witnessing nowadays. We are witnessing the economic reform inside the country, new reclamation in land for more agriculture, expansion, industry, the services like education or health, name it. We are exploring efforts everywhere and every field of our country.
Right. Well, Ambassador Bayoumi, the Palestinian issue remains on top of the Egyptian priorities, and Egypt played a pivotal role in negotiating an end to the deadly hostilities between Israel and Gaza's rulers, Hamas, on May the 21st, including U.S. President Joe Biden. How do you see the Egyptian stance from the Palestinian issue during President Sisi's rule?
This shows us another dimension of our foreign policy, that we are the only acceptable face to all the parties in Palestine. We can talk to the Israeli, we do not hide that. We have a very active embassy there. We can talk to the Palestinians with all their parties, whether it is Hamas or the PLO, and that's why we succeed to stop fighting for the sake of the Palestinian brotherly people. We are doing this in Libya also, and thank God Libya is on its way to have a sort of a unified government. We are trying this in Syria, lately in Iraq, and I am proud of what has happened in Baghdad lately. So we are very active diplomacy, and the most important, that it is very acceptable face all over the world.
Right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former assistant to the foreign minister. Many thanks for your insights, sir.